Alright. I think it's time to get the fuck out of Auridon. I hate this place. I hate these elves. I hate their hoity-toity fart-sniffing attitudes. I hate their elvish stonework. I don't like this place. I'm thinking about doing some crime and... Oh, and lore booking. But mostly criming before we leave. Get out of here! Get out of here! Okay, well, you're good. So I think we're gonna head to Greenshade. But before we get to Greenshade, we're gonna steal a bunch of elvish shit. And then we're gonna sell it to fund our journey. So that's going to necessitate going to an elvish settlement and robbing them blind. We'll have to find a good candidate here. But first, let's read this book. Kinlord Rillis and the Mages Guild by High Incunabulist Veloste of the Mages Guild. Incunabulist. Incunabulist. Interesting word. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I wanted to juice up the audio a little bit. I think the levels were a little low. Yeah. Okay. So juice that up. And where's my mic? Loudness? Yeah. Juice that up a little bit. Good. We're looking good there. One thing that I've learned about streaming is that people seem to do this for a lot of different reasons. I think some people just want to be famous. I couldn't give a shit less about that. But I'm very good at using a desktop computer. And it just so happens that the desktop computer is the tool of the trade when it comes to streaming. So I would have, if not a leg up, at least my toes in the water. Technical problems won't stand in my way. So we need to go stealing. That's what we need to do. Where are we? This place was rocked by war. They probably don't have anything worth stealing. So let's get the fuck out of here. We could probably go to Volkal Guard. But it's a Potemkin village. They probably don't have anything worth stealing. They put on a good show, but really, the place is completely devoid of any culture or humanity or even physical objects worth lifting and selling. On the other hand, it's a travel port. There's a lot of people coming and going. Ooh! So maybe we can find some travelers to rob.
This one never trusted Ambassador Tarimbo. At least we'll have an embassy.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Nope. Wait, that is the Fighters Guild. I'm good. I don't want to fight. Let's go this way. I just want to relax and chill. Oh my god. How many motherfucking guild spam messages can this server take before it just collapses in on itself? It's insane. No, I don't play at all with you. Ignore. I hate Auridon so much. This place is so gross. Tab. That's what they are. For those of you who have just started to tune in over the past few days, all 7 of you that watch this channel, if you're not aware, let me tell you, I have a special tab called Auridon. What that tab does is it makes everyone be quiet. I don't want to hear anyone. You know why it's named Auridon? Because Auridon is full of mouth breathers. That's why. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. It's full of mouth breathers. Am I talking about the players? Am I talking about elves? Who knows? It's an entendre. Oh! Okay. That looks pretty spooky. I don't know what you got going on. I don't want any part of it. Whoop. Nope. Nope. Don't want any part of that. Nope. Nope. What? Where am I? I've never even been here. Oh. Oh. I'm going. even know what this place is. This sucks. This way sucks. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, let me juice you up. Look. Alright. Let's go. What the fuck is all this, dude? I don't want any part of this. How many side quests are there? It's ridiculous. Okay. Somehow still missed it. That's fine. Okay. This way. What's this? Tower? What is this? Oh, that's like a bad man right there. Totally a Zenimax developer. Okay. What can I steal from these elves? Yeah. Is that a costume? What is that? Steal from all these elves. Yeah. I'm in love with crime. I love crime so much. I'm gonna crime this cabinet. Oh, a cabinet meat? I'm good. Let me keep that. I will crime this bread. I'm in love with crime. Infatuated with crime. What is this? Interesting. Alright, well, I'm not gonna bother. Okay. There it is. Some more criming? Don't mind if I do. Leather pouch, yeah. I can't crime that. No, I don't want to. Crime this. Where's the Waitron? It's around here somewhere. Oh, look at this. That's what we call a screenshot worthy. Cinemax, photo mode. What are you doing? Not rocket science. Let's see. I can't get the angle I want. I gotta jump and hit the screenshot button. Huh. There we go. Not bad. I'll take it. Okay. I think I'll be okay. Yeah. Let's go do some criming before we get out of here. I thought I finished up the zone quest. I guess I didn't. Oh. Gento? I really thought I finished the zone quest. You did tell me to go to Greenshade, so I don't know what... Oh god. Captain? Good to see you made it in one piece.
It's good to see you, friend. You will always have a place aboard the Prowler.
Oh, so you're my got it. Got it. Well, I already did some crime and I should be okay. Queen Auridon told me to get up with you, said we needed to go to Haven.
The Queen? Of course we can do this. We shall set out for Haven at once if you are ready.
I'm ready when you are. Where's, I guess you're docked out at port right near here?
Where we left it, I'd hope. But come, join me for a drink. It's good luck to share a glass before a long voyage. Unless you can't handle this stuff. Then you can meet us in Vulkelgard.
No, who do you... yeah, I'll have a drink.
How about a friendly wager? We match each other, glass for glass. Win, and you travel to Haven in the privacy of your own cabin. But if I win, you launder our clothes for the entire voyage.
Are you about to... You're gonna hit me with a double minigame?
Ha! Deal! Bottoms up.
Okay. No minigame. I was prepared for it. I'm gonna wake up drunk in the woods. Yeah. I guess. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I don't want to know what was happening back there. Where? Damn, yeah, you fucked me up bad.
We all have.
Oh yeah, somebody gave me a shitload of gold yesterday. I have no idea why. Well, that's not true. I know why. Because I heal blasted them and they appreciated the gesture. That's why. You sir. If I could just, a moment of your time. That. Okay. No, you're right there, huh? Okay. Oh my god. I'm so glad to be leaving Auridon. People are disgusting. Yeah. Give me that poison. Oh, yeah. Okay, what do we got? We got water. we go. Start with the heavy armor. Good. Wait, what? Where's the woodworking station? Is there not one? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, let's go to Vocal Guard. We'll knock out the rest of this and we'll get the hell out of here. Oh, look out! That's a close one. Look at that monkey meat.
Well,
I didn't say anything. I'm looking for a way shrine. I don't know you. Where is it? Over here. I didn't say anything. Whoa! Jesus. Then we go deconstruct the rest of this wood garbage, sell a bunch of trash. Then, yeah, these people have been playing this game for so long. Then, get the hell out of here. Also did some criming. I need to offload some of this crime gear. Whoop.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
Nope, this is the guy that I accidentally steal from all the time because I think that's the woodworking table. Clothing station. Where's the woodworking? I don't ever remember. That's right, it's up here. I swear, the woodworking station is like the red-headed stepchild of the crafting system. It's not on equal par with, I mean, it is on equal par with blacksmithing and clothing, tailoring, but they don't treat it. They stick it over here in the fucking corner. It's crazy. Good. Now we go to the banker. Oh, careful. Hell yeah. Uh-uh. Quinclick Arawe. Newcomer, I see. Ma'am?
Ariel knows I'm here to serve. What can I help you with?
Bank. Actually. Let's go ahead and get some bank space. Nice. Whoa, careful. I love it when this one fires off right outside of town. It's so good. Just remind everyone what's at stake.
I suppose I can use another break.
You're gonna be by the ocean, yeah? Bam. Alright. A few days in Auridon, and wow, that ZeniMax developer is really they're really out there looking for him, huh? A few days in Auridon, that's all you need. A man can only take so much Auridon at one time. That's not so bad. There's worse places to be. But no, we must adhere to the mission. And the mission is to get the fuck out of this place. This place sucks. Full of rats. With people riding. I don't even know what is this? The damn yoked cat? What is that, dude? Holy shit. Okay. she is.
I sell to the nobility.
That's weird. We should sell to anyone. Unless they keep rats. You got a real bad rat problem here. No! Oh, fuck!
Save us!
What was that? That was such a bad shot. Oh, you can't get me now, can you? That was my bad. I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to do you a favor, dude. Can't do anything in Auridon. I hate this place so much. Just sneak over here. I'm gonna use my damn... I'm not spending 91 gold on that. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, some shady crafting shit? Yeah, crafting people do that weirdo crafting stuff. I'm good. Oh, the Prowler! Okay, well, you guys better get it together, because we're leaving this motherfucker. We're out of here.
You will go no far. I collect bounties. I mean, a lot of interesting people. Criminals mostly, but interesting.
Bro, I used...
make this harder
What? I used the pardon! What are you talking about?
That's a crime. I call that service.
Oh my god. That's a daily endeavor. Okay. Use the fucking... Okay, oh my god. I was fairly confident I got away. I don't know what happened there. Just another reason to hate Auridon. They do whatever they want here. They don't have any rules. They don't answer to anybody, not even their own people. You want to live in that place? I don't. It's a facade. Underneath this arguably attractive exterior is venom, corruption, disdain, contempt. I'm talking half top of your lip raised type shit. Real bad. These people wouldn't pull you out of a burning building. Let's get out of here. Captain! Wait, you're not the captain. Wait. Oh, you're on the damn boat. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know I was riding in luxury. Y'all got the Uber Black. Okay, here's the guy I was going for. Yeah, it's all you. Alright. You need to clean up. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't hold themselves in such high esteem. That's the problem. You can have rats. Everyone in Tamriel's got rats. It's how you carry yourself with the rats that's the problem. It's called talking out of two sides of your mouth. Pick a lane. You're either rat people or you're God's chosen people. You can't be both. Captain Jamilia picks a lane. She knows that she's the best goddamn pirate ship captain docked in harbor today. She takes no shit from no one. She lives her life as she sees fit. And right now, I hope she sees fit to go to Greenshade.
My head feels like a thunderbug crawled inside it. But I did win our contest. Ablan will bring the laundry for you.
What's this?
Every morning.
The double conditional persuade lie. I'll take your word for it. It's just laundry.
Are you ready? And can you stop thinking so loudly?
Yeah, I can do that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna steal from you though. Even though you did just give me a ride on this boat. Never trust a boss, Mer. Ah, you keep the grapes. Oh. Cinnamon grapples? Yeah. Just eat up all your shit before I get out of here. Okay, so where's anything else? Husks and Bones. Eleanor Volume 3. Oh. Careful. Careful. Hey! We made it to Grotwood. Fortunately, we need to get out of here. We got other places. Oh. What happened?
Are you looking for the captain? You will find her at the city's docks. She said something about a great beauty that she needed to see.
Okay. Are we docked? I don't think we're even docked, bro. Where are we? You just pulled up? Okay. Huh? Yeah, you did. You didn't even. All right. Oh.
Well?
Go talk to King Camoran. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Scordo, I don't think so. I know what you're about, Scordo. You're trying to sell me a DLC, aren't you? Not today. He's getting all Christmased up. Hell yeah, let's run as fast as possible to every point of interest. I got a wife, I got a kid, I got kids. I can't be dicking around with this game. I gotta play it at full speed. It's like a YouTube video. You put it on 2x speed and completely screw up your brain's acclimation to communicating with other human beings. That's why I don't do that shit. I'm not one to think that I'm smarter than the human brain, and I suspect that listening to people talk on YouTube videos at 2x speed for a long time probably screws up something. Some component of your sociability that I'm not willing to gamble. But good luck to all y'all out there who want to hear the world operate at 2x speed. Not good for my cardiac health. Gotta think long term about these things. Already did all the zone quest, my guy. What do you need? Why are you making me come back here? Yeah.
The orrery is of such importance to Eldenroot. I've heard the story since I was... How thoughtful. I could hardly turn down such...
Okay. Easy. Wow, that was stupid. Alright, let's get out of here. What'd you give me? Sure. What does my outfit look like if I turn it on? Ranger's set? Yeah. Oops. Oh, I'm outside of Auridon. That means chat shouldn't be complete trash now. Oh, cool. That's nice that people are giving stuff away. I like it for somebody else. Ma'am? You seem far away from home. Is this my heel bow? Yeah. Oh yeah. You like that? Oh god damn, you got skeletons? You're in town, ma'am. Have some respect. Hello, Saj. I hope you're doing alright today. I'm doing quite alright myself. You didn't explicitly ask me, but I'm going to presume in the order of good manners, such questions would be exchanged as a normal order of business, in which case let me head you off at the pass and assure you I'm doing quite fine.
What?
But thank you for the, what I suppose is potential consideration that I completely invented in my own head. You are a bastard, Scordo the Knife. You're just standing there like I own this DLC.
Fill the bill nicely.
You're fuck you, dude. I already fell for that shit once, Mr. Zone Quest Marker. Get the fuck out of here, Zenimax. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. And now, I didn't even want to come here, but I had to because I had to start the Zone Quest to complete the Zone Quest because the questing system in this game is crufty. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, Eldenroot is definitely I would say it's this character's home for sure. And I try to establish little base of operation, like emotional bases of operation relative to the character that I'm playing. But man,
was stationed at first home. Thank you.
you're welcome. If I had to pick one place so far in this game, it's got to be Vivek City in Vardenfell. But I would be hard-pressed to think of any other place most people would pick. There's something about Morrowind that screams home to a lot of people. I got it too, man. A few hours of playing Morrowind, I totally understood. Alien doesn't begin to describe that place. There's something about, I guess I don't need to do anything out here. Should I take a nap? Nah. Well, there's something about Morrowind that's just so strange. It lodges in your head and doesn't leave. Morrowind it's unapologetically complicated. Yeah, I'm gonna need travel.
We're about
I don't want to go to Rimmon. Nope, don't want to go there. That's worse than
I'll
Auridon.
soon be heading back to my homeland.
Don't want to go there either. All you people are terrible.
In the mood for a little trip.
Oh, you know I want to go to Saint Denis. I just can't. I got places to be, ma'am. Another time.
We can find room, depending on your death. Tell me.
Greenshade, please. Yeah, Morrowind is both the geographic region and the actual game itself. It's unapologetically complicated. I remember when I first started to try to learn about the great houses of the Dunmer and understand, like, okay, there's a bunch of great houses. I'm familiar with the monomyth. I'm a protagonist. There's going to be a struggle between some of these political factions. There's going to be good, going to be evil, because that's human beings seem to be incapable of thinking in any terms other than good and evil for the most part. So surely I can figure this out. Surely it's not complicated. And I was wrong. And all those houses of Dunmer exist because Vardenfell is complicated. And there's not really an easy, direct answer to questions like who controls this, who controls that, who's the spiritual leader, who's the spiritual leader of this area, you know, what claims do they have to be the rightful heir of whatever power structures are in place. All those questions are kind of fuzzy and allow you to take part in them in ways that are not evident from a distance, which is really cool. It's wonderful. I see why people like it as much as they do. So we need to find a zone quest. Oh, what is that? A serpent? Out in the ocean? Get out of here.
Red diamond, the heart and soul of man.
Fair enough. Huh. I can't imagine how long this stone must have been here for it to be amidst this castle wreckage. What is this? Gonna be some spooky buff? Stamina recovery, you know we like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I need to learn more about the Mundus stones. Who provides? And I take this. Is this a... It looks constellation-atory. A friend of mine is a Morrowind guy, and I've tried to ask him, or no, let me rephrase that. He's a Morrowind guy, and I talked to him about how many people at ESO consider Vardenfell their spiritual home, and I agree with him. It's just that the simple fact that Morrowind the game was so incredibly impactful in people that it just carries over. And so now when I'm running around at ESO, a lot of people are using the title Champion of Vivek, which I have as well, because like many of them, Vardenfell was the first place in ESO I burned through, and I get it. I would wear that title with pride myself. I need to learn more about the Tribunal, because the intricacies of the lore of Morrowind kind of went over my head the first time that I played it. I think it didn't have enough context, and I was also so bowled over by the actual environment itself in conjunction with mod packs and things from what I assume are community members that have been playing this game for literal decades at this point. I trust them to to enact their artistic vision and their interpretation of what Vardenville should be, almost more than Bethesda at this point. And I think they do a great job with some of the mod packs and stuff, and it was just unbelievable. But I missed a lot of the lore, I think, taking part in it because it was just so overwhelming. It's to do with the constellations. Lore-wise, your Mundus stones will be given to you depending on when you were born and what sign you're under. Your star signs. Interesting. So, like, if you were to play it by the book, so to speak, your sign is probably something you get at birth, and you're not able to change it, I would imagine. Huh. I assume there's also some relationship between the Aedra or Daedra and the some of the gods, perhaps, and the star signs, but if there is, I'm not aware of it. I also imagine there's got to be some crossover between some of the gods. I know there's the 9 divines, and I know there's the tribunal, and Vivek is basically a god, and he's kind of ingratiated himself as one to his people, but I don't know if he's the member of like the Tamrielic pantheon. And then there's also fuck, what was his name? I don't know if it was Pelinal or if it was who's the Nordic god? They killed a bunch of elves, and Pelinal killed a bunch of elves, but it's not Akatosh. Who is it? I feel like a moron. What is this? Not Junal. The god that they banned. No. Damn it. Talos. God damn it. But I think Talos is a god now. Yeah, that's right, Talos. And he's a god, but he was also just a human. But then he was banned because elves are pieces of shit. So I don't know. Gods, much like humans in human world, seem to be a really loose term that encompasses a lot of different aspects of Tamrielic culture, and that one can, in fact, be elevated to godhood if they complete sufficiently amazing godlike actions while in human form, be it blessing people, or killing a shit ton of elves. Let's see, I don't want to talk to Velocity. I want to find his own quest.
Those frozen faces. I can't go down there.
Frozen?
I don't want to end up like them.
That's not good. Tiber Septim. So, was he related to Pelinal, if not by blood, then in, like, military company? Or are those two separate, not origin stories necessarily, but primordial stories of human Tamrielic culture? Because they seem to share a lot of similarities, what with the wanton mass destruction of elvish lives and all. At least I think that was Talos that did that too. I know Pelinal did. Damn, I need to watch that YouTube animation again of the Song of Pelinal. I think it got taken down, but I'm sure you can find it. Good old Bethesda. That friend of mine that does Morrowind lore can just rattle this stuff off the back of his head. He takes pilgrimages when he plays. Last time he played like a pilgrim, and so he did the pilgrimage all around the island, and they try to stay out of violence. It's super cool. That tower there. Oh. That's a really big ogre. I don't think I've seen one that big before. You got a lore book. Oh, where's my violent bow? There we go. Oh, nope, fuck that up. Oh, shit. You're an exceptionally goofy looking orc, sir. You're a glam orc. Okay. What's your lore book say? Ruminations on the Elder Scrolls by Septimus Cygnus. Talos was the one who ended the Great War, this war here in ESO, I guess the 3-faction war, and essentially becomes the High King. He's the first Dragonborn. Interesting. I love that they can that the populations in Tamriel can just elevate these people to godhood, and you as the player character just show up in this place and they have this pantheon, and you have to learn where all these individuals came from and what their stories are. The Aedra and the Daedra still escape me. I don't have good understandings of delineation between them. They seem very arbitrary and domain specific, much like the Greek, the Roman and Grecian pantheon of gods, which I'm sure is intentional, and if so, is a great design. I always love it when things are fuzzy and blurry like that. Imagine living beneath the waves with the strong-sided blessing of most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to breathe, drink its warp and weft. Though the plant matter fibers imbue your soul, the wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank to heavens of prophecy. There is one manner in which the scrolls came first to pass, but are we the sea, the breather, or the fabric? Or are we the breath itself? Can we flow through the scrolls as knowledge flows through, being the water, or are we stuck morass of sea filth that gathers on the edge? This time you are beneath the ground, a tiny acorn planted by some well-meaning elf maiden. Seed maiden, thank you! Of the woodlands for her pleasure. You wish to grow, but fear what you may become, so you push off the water, the dirt, the sun to stay in your hole. But it is in the very pushing that you become a tree in spite of yourself. How did that happen? Because he makes it so that only one of those dragon blood can be High King, so his family, the Septums, rule as High King. Okay, and Tiber's Septum was, if I remember correctly, because yeah, I didn't play Oblivion, but I guess you just kind of get exposure to it. He was the father of the guy that breaks you out of prison, right? Or that is him. I can't remember if it was him or his father, but I know his father was very important too, and he played some role in either conquering Cyrodiil or normalizing imperial control of Cyrodiil. You can see I'm trying my best. I'm really trying to understand. I wanted to play Oblivion so badly when it got re-released, but I'm a computer guy at heart. Performance of computational machines is a pleasure of mine, and to see what hell they wrought in software with that Oblivion remake by Virtuous was not only disgraceful, it was offensive. It was offensive that they would take such a groundbreaking, significant property to their company and let it run at 20 frames a second on mid to high range hardware. That's an abomination. It's disrespectful to the art, and it's disrespectful to the damn people that buy it. Which, roundabout way of saying, I wanted to play it then, couldn't, piss me off. I'm gonna eventually mod the shit out of the original 06 copy and play it, but it just takes some doing on Linux, and I gotta build a mod thing and then flash freeze it for when I'm ready for it. It's just a whole thing. Not the father, he's an ascendant of the guy who lets you out of prison. Oh. Huh. Damn, I do need to play Oblivion. I also love, man, I'm sure you've noticed by the way that I've been playing this game, I am a sucker for cheese. I feel like a proper spread of cheese on a self-serious fantasy is some of the most delicious roleplay flavors one can create. And Oblivion is so unapologetically goofy and stupid. The amount of times I've seen someone play and they just open a door and load into a new zone and utensils and food go flying because the engine loaded shit in the wrong order. It's amazing. It's so good. I need to play it. Let's see. Oh, my Morrowind guy's yelling at me. What's up, my guy? Oh, he's just at work digging shit up and finding secret treasures. We all have real lives outside of Tamriel, of course. And I've noticed that you spend a lot of time in this place treasure hunting and searching for trinkets, You log off, you go back about your daily life. You continue to skulk around searching for trinkets. Blue. The sea is beautiful. I come here to get away from the depths of the woods, to smell the salty air, and to be free. Perhaps it's true that my father is Malmer. Perhaps. Don't say that! The Malmer are terrible! You drowned yourself? I would have done the same. Honestly, if my father was Malmer. You did us all a favor. Oh, is that you? Oh, that's probably you, isn't it? That's sad. I'm not gonna kill you. I've got friends that'll like be in town with me in ESO and they'll watch a guy riding a giant, I forget the certain type of lion that you can get in a mount as a mount that comes from elsewhere, but he'll play as Khajiit and be like, "You're riding a sentient creature. What's wrong with you?" Honestly, I'm sure the Malmer are cool. There's no faction in this game that aren't cool, but I feel like as a dedicated participant of Tamriel, I have to pick a handful of factions, which is to say all of them but mine, and actively hate all of them for flavor reasons. I feel like this place is less fun when there's not people like me out there just shit talking for clearly no defensible reason. But it goes the other way too. There was a guy last night, one of those moments that'll stick with you for the rest of your life, I'm sure. I was in Auridon, wrapping up Auridon quests because Auridon is terrible, and I hate that place and I wanted to leave as soon as possible. And then this guy just watched me fighting a super easy trash mob. I didn't need any help, but he ran up and Templar speared the shit out of this mob. And so I dumped my entire heal row on him. I hit him with a heal ultimate, my fungal, just everything, just healed the shit out of him. And he gave me a flourished bow, dropped 30,000 gold in a trade, which I had never happened before, and he ran off. And I sent him a message later after I dug his name up in the live stream and told him, you know, you asked me a question, I think, in a chat bubble. I missed it. I was streaming. I didn't see it. My apologies. And I did all this in character, of course. And he sent me back an in-character message. One of an Indoril warrior, probably a warrior poet, who granted me the 3 blessings of Vivek and wished me well on my pilgrimage and gave me additional gold, fully in character. Which is, you know, all is to say that when I goofily act like a shithead Bosmer, there's people who also take the opposite side of that coin and are the warrior poet in this place and are the pilgrim, and they treat people like me as if they were pilgrims. And I have little doubt that those people go back into their everyday lives and they take that graciousness with them. I'm sure this is not news to anyone that's played this game for any length of time, but I think it's refreshing for me to just say out loud and reflect on. It's nice. It's a nice thing to see humans do. The cinch rat, those mounts are awesome. Yeah, you gotta get immersed. It's crazy. I didn't get it. Like, I think what surprises me is that I didn't get it and now I get it. I grew up playing Final Fantasy, which is where they go, here's a beautiful, interesting story with compelling character development. Yeah, sometimes. But beautiful battle mechanics. You can just juice yourself to the titties on numbers going up, lines going up, shit's bananas, always buy new weapons. It's great. It's number porn. And when I started playing Elder Scrolls, you can play it like that, obviously, and a ton of people do. And I don't know what did it. I think it was playing Starfield, and even though that game was terrible, I could see old Bethesda in it for the first time. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. I got it. And then I played Morrowind, and I went, oh, I got it. I'm not supposed to come to this place and just make number go up. I'm supposed to pretend with all of you people. We're all here pretending. That's what we're doing. And once I got that, the immersion just came naturally. It's when I started streaming it. Because it felt so silly pretending as an adult that I was like, I'm gonna just lean into the silliness and let people see how stupid this is, because it's so much fun. And people love it. It's crazy. You can see I'm just walking in circles describing how taken aback I am by this game, because I still am. It's an amazing experience. It's great. I feel like if I keep doing it, talking about how much I like this game and streaming it like this, ZeniMax is going to end up sending me a few emails. I don't know what they're going to say. I'm probably going to ignore them because I don't ever check my email. But there's not many people like me out there streaming the game full pretend mode, partial pretend mode. Hopefully there's more of us out there than I realize. So I have a friend on ESO that I run a dungeon with one time. They added me about 2 years ago. And whenever I log on, they send me mail with random crafting items and say, "Hello, Von Drurman." Let me see if I can pull up that mail of the guy that's it. Shit! 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 Saj02. Yeah, if you're looking at the stream right now, let me see if there's a way I can show you my name. So you're welcome to send me a friend request anytime you like. I've got a little guild that I put together for this stream, just in case anybody shows up and wants to be a part of it. But it's at MSFT Microsoft _PowerPoint. I'm not going to try to explain that or justify it. It was available. But feel free to add me, and we'll go rampaging around. I'll bring my buddy with. There's a lot of people that are really nice. Oh, that's what I meant. So that message he sent me. Oh, don't attack me. Where is it? Mail. Your words were gladly received with goofy Bethesda censorship, and the gift was given freely and gladly. No apology needed. Kindness offered in the moment is never errant, only answered in its own time. May Vivek the warrior poet speak 3 truths over your path. That your hand remain generous, that your wit remain sharp, and your steps find profit and purpose. Walk with the tribunal's favor and blessings of the 3. Sul Drelas. This kind of message will make months, years of a gameplay experience all worth it in one hit. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks that. What server do you play? I play on North America, which I've noticed a lot of people that watch this play on EU. I don't know if that's due to a time zone thing, or if the Google algorithm has just decided that Europeans would like me more than other Americans, which wouldn't be the strangest thing to happen to me in my life. So I don't know, but North America. I mean, you could probably be on North America for all I know, but a shocking number of people have been on Europe. What are you looking at, you bitch? Yeah, EU. I don't know why that is. Do you mind me asking if it's daytime work time or nighttime chill time where you are? Because I seem to be showing up on most people's radar when they're in the middle of downtime. I mean, I guess if you play EU, that's almost like tautologically at least 12 hours out of sync from me. Wales, UK. All right. I wish I knew more about the Welsh culture. There's a gentleman who plays, I think it's RKG. They play some FromSoft stuff from time to time, some Capcom stuff. One of those gentlemen is from Wales. I don't know much about his land, but he's very, very proud of his Welsh heritage. They seem like wonderful people. And also, I guess your flag has a dragon on it. And the dragon used to have a giant red dragon cock. And then they took it off because everybody went woke or some shit. I don't know. Maybe that's not why. Maybe I was just looking for a reason to claim wokeness. But I can't think of a defensible reason for taking a dragon dick off a flag. That's sick as fuck. It's coming up to 5 p.m. where I am. Yeah, it's about 12 p.m. So that's not too bad. That's not too far out of sync. I'm -5 GMT. Yeah, that's right. -5 GMT. Not nearly as North American centric as our culture would lead you to believe. Actually, I'm an outlier. Most of us over here are fucking morons. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. By and large, the average barometer of intelligence here is very, 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 very low. We're good people at heart. We're just set in our ways about some things. Also, I'm sorry, as an American, just in general, for whatever the past couple of years. We're trying our best. Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay, I don't see any just zone. There's a shitload of enemies around here, my guy. What are you doing? Nope. Nope, this place is fucked. Dude, I might want to I want to go back to Auridon. Oh, Jesus God almighty. I can't make it more than 20. Oh! What is going on? How dense is this place? What?
I've got to get out of here.
I'm trying, dude. I've been running for the past 5 minutes. The firmament. The book appears to be about the reputed qualities of birth signs for those born under certain constellations, and does not describe those. You know. Whoops. Oh, Zenimax. Please leave the lore books there. Twitchy players such as myself get antsy on a linear keyboard with the half a millimeter of response time, and it make them go away by accident. I would like them back without going to my collections menu, please, Cinemax. Also, by the way, I like the way your character looks, and armor really suits a Bosmer. Thank you. I attempted to build her out as a representative for the Dominion Bosmer attachment, who was working for the Dominion as a diplomat, but secretly was executing plans for Bosmer supremacy when Kynarthi's roost got struck and she had to hoof it back to the Grotwood. So I wanted her to kind of feel like a Bosmer that was representing the Aldmeri Dominion for the Bosmer, which would necessitate some woodsiness, ideally a lack of, well, woodsiness vibe, ideally a lack of wood itself and leaves and stuff, because as I understand it, we don't use wood unless it's already felled from the tree. So I can't justify making any armor that's got stuff like that in it, which I guess there's probably not a lot of armor that has wood inlaid, to be fair. Okay, what did you need?
This is not good. This is not good at all. These trees are unfamiliar, and there are spriggans and lurchers everywhere.
What's wrong?
Everything. I've lived in this forest my whole life, but I've never seen it so angry. Spriggans and lurchers everywhere, and a grove I've never seen before.
Oh my god, has the forest gone woke? What do you mean?
It's hard to explain.
It's crazy.
I grew up here. It's a peaceful place, but now it feels troubled. There's a priest investigating in the middle of the grove. Talk to him. I'm getting out of here.
I'll see what I can find out. Also, let it be known for anyone that doesn't understand my sense of humor. Why would you run straight towards the bear? That was a terrible idea. Anyone that doesn't understand my sense of humor that's catching this now or in the future, it would be worth pointing out that the way that I generate comedy for myself is through semantic satiation. When I think a word is stupid or doesn't make sense, I will just use it. I will use it over and over and over until it doesn't mean anything anymore, and then just point at it and laugh. Much like I'm doing with this entire game. Because there's so much worth laughing at. They refuse to eat plants and vegetables and always eat what they hunt, including humans and mare. Yeah, I noticed that when I was rumbling around the Grotwood, I would find the occasional Bosmer that was literally about to execute someone for stepping on flowers. And then I would also find one that had escaped the immediate perimeter of Eldenroot and had gone to establish, like, little gardens that they were growing cabbage in. Definitely for decorative purposes only. I promised they were not going to eat them. And I was like, okay. They're really fleshing out the intricacies of a population of people dealing with a collective agreement like that. That's what fascinates me about Tamriel. I think it's my American exceptionalism speaking that considers it to be a uniquely American thing, because it's definitely not. But our society is very much based on sub-visible classing. We sell an increasingly untrue mythos of social mobility, and it's not explicitly non-existent, but it's increasingly out of reach of people. And so what we end up with here in my country is this strange collection of castes that aren't visible to the naked eye. You won't see them on paper. They're federally illegal, but they exist. They exist as a function of culture, as a function of skin color, as a function of civilian demographics and crime data and wealth data. and geographic location. People self-segregate. We self-segregate in a country where we say that we're a melting pot. It's very, I don't want to say duplicitous because I think it's emergent, but it's curious. And Tamriel reflects that so amazingly. That this world embodies these subsurface castes in ways that you'd never understand if you didn't go through these quest lines and talk to these NPCs and let them get their shit out. You know what I mean? Seeing the Argonian refugees in Grotwood, for example, that got pushed out. Like I couldn't even get the Auridon Dominion to spare them because I didn't have a Mage Guild skill point in Persuasion, which it's kind of stupid. But besides that, I got to see the Dominion for how great it claimed to be, feeling threatened by refugees that had done effectively nothing to them. These are real political sticking points about people and their right to determine their own lives, their right to determine their lives as a function of a collective population, and the extent to which someone can determine themselves and their outcomes or are subject to the whims of greater powers that purport to do it on their behalf. The Grotwood has the Green Pact, and everyone adheres to it. Vivek has Vivek, and everyone seems to adhere to it. And most people in Vivek City are pretty happy about it. I still think Vivek, I look at Vivek as like the dual income, no kids, gay dad who's like just retired from clubbing and he just can't be bothered with shit, but he's super rich. That's my canon, Vivek. I have a question for you because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. And it says a lot about the fellow the Elder Scrolls enjoyer. What's your top 3 favorite races? That's an interesting question, indeed. I actually can't name all the races off the top of my head. Let me look at a list of them momentarily. I know there's... Because, like, I know Imperial is a race in ESO, but I think that's a race? I'm not really sure. There's a lot that I don't know about, and so I don't think I could give you a genuine answer, one that I would feel confident in. Like, I don't know shit about the Akaviri. I'm not sure if, like, werewolves are races, are, like... Do you even count the Aliens? I guess you have to, but I don't know shit about them. And I guess nobody in Tamriel really does either. So, having said all that, to give you some context, the races that I find most intellectually compelling, from what little I know, in no particular order, the Aliens, the Dunmer, and probably the Nords. The Aliens because they're a source of so much violence in Tamriel. Unless I'm mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure I am mistaken. Unless I'm mistaken, the Aliens and the lore and the myth of who they were, and what people assumed their culture to be. I don't know, the Dwemer is pretty interesting too. The Dwemer are kind of in this, I don't know. Okay, wait, take out the Nords, put in the Dwemer. Aliens, Dunmer, and Dwemer. Aliens because the High Elves seem to be doing everything that they're doing, rampaging across Tamriel, for this mythological idea of them being alien ancestors that, as far as I can tell, is just not true. The Aldmere are not ancestors of aliens, at least not as closely as the Bosmer are, from what I understand, because the aliens moved into Grotwood and then to High Rock. So the Bretons probably have just as much blood, minus the human blood, as of aliens as the Altmer do. So aliens for that reason, because they are responsible for so much of this game world and its political machinery. Second, the Dunmer, because I don't know a lot about the Dunmer, even after playing Morrowind, but from what I gather, they are a population of people that has been cursed. They have been beaten into the ground. They are treated like shit. They are subhuman to a lot of people except themselves, largely. And that they have, at least on Morrowind, carved out a place for themselves where their own culture can flourish. And not only can it flourish, but it can be every bit as complicated and intricate and beautiful and idiosyncratic as any other fart-sniffing, motherfucking Altmer culture on Somerset Isle, right? That's humanity. To build a culture that's by definition stomped out and still blossoming shows me whoever wrote this understands people. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. And then the Dunmer. Only because I don't know shit about them, and while it's cool they have architecture and stuff everywhere, that's not why I like them. I only like the Dunmer as much enough to put them on this list because I've read the ancient scrolls of the Dwemer. And the disparity between what this game shows you of Dwemer, which is essentially nothing, and what the writings tell you is the biggest disparity of lore yet I've found in this game. No one knows shit about the Dunmer here. The only people that know shit about the Dunmer are lunatic mages that I wouldn't trust to cook my own meals, okay? But when I read the ancient scrolls of the Dwemer, I see people that are shockingly intelligent. I see I see Dunmer, shockingly intelligent, craftier than some of the trickster gods the Khajiit worship. How did that disconnect happen? Where did all that go? Who wrote those books? Are they all garbage? Am I reading lies? I don't know. I'm sure there's some degree of answers to these questions that as I play Elder Scrolls more and more throughout my life, I will gain more insight in. I mean, the Khajiit are great as well. There's probably a lot of lore about the Khajiit behaviors that I don't understand. But I'll have to go to Elsewhere and spend some time there, and then I'm sure my list will change. So yeah, I hope that's a good enough answer. That was probably way more in depth than you asked for, but it was a good question, and I think it warranted a good answer. Tamriel's biggest mystery. Okay, cool. So that tells me that like I'm soaking it in the right way, that I feel genuine, compelling mystery for the right reason. That's good. I say that means they built a really good fantasy world. We're entering into a very strange time in human history, I think. But with the rapid deratcheting of globalization, of essentially every nation state lurching out in pain and fear, recognizing, oh my God, that the promises of market liberalism in the old school form of the term really didn't pan out the way that it hoped, at least unless you owned assets or means of production, in which case it worked out very well for you. But for everybody else, it didn't work out great. And deep down, I'm actually quite like a social capitalist at heart. And I'm more than willing to admit that our American system is not working. And I think a lot of European systems are lurching as well. And the systems that are the most effective right now at the nation state capacity seem to be the ones that are the most brutal, which, you know, as one who likes democracy is sad. But as one who also likes democracy and sees how fucking stupid my neighbors are, I don't like the idea of them having power over me. I don't like the idea that their vote is worth as much as mine. But that's my American story. That's what our people here in America is. It's the constant struggle between collusive democracy and a people's, at times, violent, God-given, constitutionally protected right to defend themselves, which is why people are so serious about a right to bear arms. And these kinds of questions, especially in the context of modern globalization, oh my God, no! Have that flower. This is stuff that like Tamriel helps me to learn about. When I think about Dunmer, when I think about Bosmer eating people and Altmer being gigantic pieces of shit, maybe it's foolish to say, but I learn more about my own prejudices and misgivings and idiosyncrasies of my own people and other people that I don't understand. I think it's important for us to recognize how similar and how different those are around us. Get the fuck out of here! Some people in my country necesito practicar un poquito más español. They think that these people just come here to not be a part of the American experiment. And they're more similar than their neighbors than they realize. That's what I've come to appreciate, that we're all far more similar than we realize. I've also noticed that over the past 10 years, people have mistaken what's on the internet for truth. And maybe it's just me, but over the past year or so, I'm kind of getting the sense that I smell people figuring out that comments and quick shot one take videos on the internet and shit that they see on TikTok, that's not actually real life. Those are machine tuned algorithms Those are machine-generated materials and things whose financial incentives at making you feel a certain type of way are greater than your ability to believe it's in good spirits and good nature. And I see people not buying into that anymore. Which is good. Because we got a long road ahead of us the next few decades. Sorry, ramble. Sky Shard. I think the Bosmer and the Khajiit are probably the two most similar races in Tamriel that I wouldn't have expected beforehand. But art imitates life, and you get to know more of each of them's backstory and how they exist and how they interact, and I would say they're more similar than different. My TES hot take, although not to the extent they take it, Altmer have every right to believe they're superior to every other race. Excellent. Please tell me why you believe this. I wanna hear this point staunchly defended. Because hey, if you can earn racial superiority, like if your culture just makes a shit ton of money and writes history and builds buildings that other people enjoy the fruits of that shade in the future, I'm willing to grant, you know, the argument that that race might just be superior. What juicy out of context clips that could make. Oh my god, let me give you some healing. Not on my watch. Nope, wrong healing button. Yeah. Heal you up. Damn, she's fucking up. Fuck the shit out of you. Come on. There you go. Yeah. No, let me hear it. Let me hear that ramble. I don't want to hear shit from people who play this game and go, I like building a 47,000 DPS necromancer. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear from people like you who know this world, who can justify their positions. You're the kind of people that carry this torch forward. You're the people that need to speak up, if you don't mind me saying. You're the kind of people that people like me want to hear from. There are more of us out there than you might believe. Jesus, get the flower, go! Shit! I wanted that flower. I wanted that flower, you motherfucker. Hold on, where's my violent bow? Yeah. No, you ran too fast, Dark Devil Falcon. Let me get you. Oh, yeah. I'd love to see it. Oh, shit. I shot arrows at her. Sorry. Sorry. You're even gonna look back at me? That's fine. Oh, you're doing a quest. You're questing around. Bad. Is this a monster fight? Not a violent bow. Oh shit, I fucked that up. I fucked that up. Dark Devil Falcon, no! I must heal you. Let me throw up. Let me throw up right now. Hold on, throw up. Throw up real quick. I can't throw up. I can't puke. Shit, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die out here. No! The Aldmer ancestors to every elf lived on an island. Yeah, I remember reading that. Forget the name. It flooded, sunk into the sea, so the Altmer found 10 riel, made it safe for them to live on. I'm gonna wait for an end rant tag on your rant so I know when your thought is complete, because I want to hear your full thoughts on it, and I don't want to interrupt the mid collection. Let's see. Yeah, I'm dead as shit. Go to the waste room. Horse. No one, not the oldest dark elf of Mount Dagoth or the ancient sage of solitude himself, can recall a time when the orc did not ravage our fair Tamriel. I love it, dude. Immediately racist. First sentence. God, it's fucking awesome. Tales of Orcish Barbarity proceeds, titled The Pig Children. The orc is probably, the Orsimer is probably a great race too, and I don't know if I just don't have any exposure to it, or if it's just woefully underdeveloped. Fun fact, Firsthold is called that because that's the first beach the Aldmer landed on. That's the first base they built on Tamriel. Oh, the very north of Auridon. Okay. Yeah, because if I remember, they're farther, like, to the west? I'm excited to see this Altmer position, because it's so easy to dunk on the Altmer. It's not often you hear a spirited defense. Monkey meat. Let's see. They built up the Somerset Isles and moved on to the mainland Tamriel area and did the same thing. Over the years, newer elves evolved from the Altmer race. Altmer, Dwemer, Falmer, Malmer. Bosmer, Orthimer as well. The High Elves are more direct ascendants of Aldmer, and they're the most powerful mages. Interesting. I thought, okay, I was mistaken then. I thought that the Altmer was the race, and the Aldmer was the, like, city-state apparatus, which is therefore where the name Aldmeri Dominion came from. But you're saying that Aldmer is a transitional race in between the Aelids, supposedly, and the Altmer, even though they're all milk drinkers. Okay. So, the Aldmer lived on an island, and it flooded and sunk into the sea, and they found Tamriel and made it safe for them to live on. They built up the Somerset Isles and eventually moved to the mainland and did the same thing, and from there evolved further mare races: Altmer, Dwemer, Falmer, Malmer, Bosmer, Orsimer. The High Elves are more direct ascendants of the Altmer, and they're the most powerful mages. The land is beautiful, and Tamriel would not be what it is today without them, even though they're all milk drinkers. I also wonder to what degree some of this literature in this game is not reliable. I would hope not all of it is. I've definitely seen people ragging on this guy Frastus, and they call him a fraud in some of the lore books. But that raises questions, right? Because everything that I've read said that, all the books that I've read said that the High Elves think they're descendants of the Aelids, and are maybe not. Or at least it's not certain. But I'm not sure where the Aldmer fit into there. I need to do some reading at some point, because I'm clearly mistaken on a lot of this. First folk. Okay, so it was a race, a proto-mare. So I guess the claim then from the from the Altmer is that the Aldmer are descendants of the Aliens, or do I have that backwards? Or I could be completely mistaken, and what I thought was them claiming alien ancestry was them claiming Aldmer ancestry. And maybe there's a lore reason for why I got that confused. Maybe they blend together. I also like that this game and this lore will not shy away from using the same word and just changing one letter. Because real life is usually like that. Aliens are direct descendants of the Altmer. Now, is that known? Or is that... You know what I mean? Like, is that claimed in lore books that are in buried places that people have therefore chosen to believe as part of their cultural mythos? Or is that known in the sense that all of Tamriel knows this, it's not contested by anyone? Because I guess for the sake of lore discussion, that's a substantial difference, right? But that at least clears that up. I appreciate that. That the claim is that they are direct descendants of the Altmer. Or they are, depending. I don't see why they haven't bound all this stuff into a giant coffee table book. Not only for like the sex appeal of just having a fat ass Tamrielic tome on your fucking glass top, right? But also having it there to thumb through. I would genuinely look through this book, especially if it smelled of parchment and musk. Come on. Let's see. Whoops, let me just swap this window real quick. Oh, wait, is that skill points? Excuse me, do you have skill points?
These wood elves have...
Oh, I'm broke! Shit! Get out of here, monkey. I mean, how many of the history books are accurate? Tamriel is just the same as the real world. All their books are heresy, as they are not written as fact. See, that's what's interesting, though, because I agree with you 100%. It is basically all heresy. It's hard to tell if it's fact or opinion. But then you come and tell me that aliens are direct descendants of Aldmer. So which is it, Mr. Altmer supremacist? Are they direct descendants, or is your favorite preferred history book one in which it is claimed that they are direct descendants? I guess who knows? It makes it so good, doesn't it? They foster these seeds of uncertainty just enough to allow us to have these fake, fantastical, joyous, completely stakeless arguments about this. It's a mastercraft of fantasy work. Let me ask you this, as a European, is this an American thing? Like, I mean, what am I trying to say? Tolkien is obviously not an American thing. Not even close. There's nothing American about that. But the machinery of applying European fantasy styles to these different races of people and giving them this kind of like lore that you and I can chew on, is this an American thing, or are there European properties that do the kind of stuff that the Elder Scrolls do that I don't have an experience with as an American? I guess The Witcher might fall into that category, but one, that feels like a cop-out answer. I've also never played The Witcher, and I don't know how deep that lore goes. It might be very, very deep for all I know. And if it is, then I'm glad it finally got the recognition it deserved. But I don't see... I see more Europeans doing, like, Tamrielic stuff culturally, at least from my limited perspective, than I do Americans doing Witcher stuff. So I don't know why that is. It's really strange. Because I'm going to be honest, I think Europe has a far more interesting basis for fantasy cultural discussions than America does, by a long shot, for a multitude of reasons. You in every regard, that continent would do all of this stuff leagues better. Let's go to this one. It's probably a crafting writ. No? Well, I'll tell you what, if you got that that question, you feel free to chew on that. I'm gonna take a stretch break and go load up on some lemongrass tea, if you would all be so kind. What time is it? 12:28 p.m. Let's do the lore goes deep. Yeah, see? Okay, that's another one that I need to put on my list. I've not even played The Witcher at all. I have no good excuse for that. That's a failing on my part as one who enjoys games, fantasy games in particular. It's gonna be next on my list, I think. It might be worth streaming. All right, I will return momentarily. Whoops. Oh my god. What are you doing, Squonky? Calm down.
spreads all at once, now eagles advance. I ran, you are a great queen. We toast to your health by moon, stars, and green.
Alright, nice little tea break. Oh, recommendations. Thank you so much. I understand that, I actually don't know how chunky that series is. I may have asked you an insurmountable task, but I appreciate you being willing to share your suggestions. And rest assured, they will be put to good use. That list will get saved and screenshotted in duplicate. I don't take other people's fantasy suggestions lightly. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and toil behind recommendations and lists like that. Everything starts with The Witcher. Understood. 10-4. We'll do military confirmation. Message received. How's your fishing? Pretty bad, actually. Seems like you're not... Let's see. What do we have here? Bashira. Bashira. It's like you want me to not be able to pronounce it. Report. Subject spends most of his time in the Five Claws pub, but he's been known to make unexplained trips to the Seaside Sanctuary. Is in continual contact with known criminal elements. Under investigation for skooma trading. My man. Theft, extortion, including his connection to 2 separate instances in which a shop owner was found severely beaten. Devaluing the currency? This guy's out of control. He's an animal. Believe I have found the source of Bashira. Uh-oh. This guy's a monster. I need to find this guy. The Last Wish, Sword of Destiny. Witcher the Last Wish, The Witcher the Sword of Destiny. These are not novels, but a collection of short stories to set up world building and introduce characters. Oh, that's... Ooh, I can taste the quality. Then you hit the novels. Witcher Blood of Elves, Time of Contempt, Baptism of Fire, Power of Swallow, Lady of Lake. Lady of the Lake. I would have to presume no additional info, like without any knowledge on it, that I guess the games are probably not straight representations of book events. I would imagine they would do like Tamriel, right? And they just slipstream in between phases of the lore that these pieces represent. I'm sure you're typing up something with the games as well. I should probably try to set this stream up to be a lower latency. It's a trade-off between quality and latency. And given that I eventually want to make a few YouTube videos of how much I enjoy just wandering through this place slowly, it behooved me to ensure quality recordings at the time of stream. But maybe I can dial that back a little bit in favor of latency. From this point, you can play the games, but there are also 2 prequel books. One of them has just come out. First is called Season of Storms, and the other is Crossroad of Ravens. So they're still adding books to this property. I was under, I assume, a mistaken impression now. I guess when CD Projekt went and made the Witcher games, I thought there was some weird economic exchange with the rights to the lore that ended up sitting well with the, sitting poorly with the original writer. I forget his name. But I guess I assumed that meant that there was no further production of new stuff. But I'm glad to see that I was very wrong. Let me screenshot that just to be safe. I want to lose that list. Thank you, sir. Very much. I will not be the only one that makes use of that list. That's going to get sent to a few other people who appreciate quality recommendations as myself. That right there, what you just offered me, like a human digested list of fantasy experiences, that kind of thing is gonna, it lives in a dying world, and so much of what we communicate and share is turning into noise that I see those things as the good gems that they are. Games are based after all the books and are a continuation of them. You can play the games without reading the books, but it's better to play them after reading. I totally believe that, and will take you up on that. Because from what little gameplay I've seen of The Witcher 2 and 3, it's very clear that you're dumped into a place, I don't want to say unceremoniously dumped, but you arrive in a place that was there long before you arrived and will likely continue to exist long after you've gone, which, given that being the circumstance, I imagine reading the book makes for such a richer play experience. Blooded crone. There's The Witcher, The Elder Scrolls. I'm trying to think of what other great, like, neo-modern fantasy properties exist. Oh wow, the games aren't necessarily canon. Interesting. Huh. I guess with a long-standing book series, that's really, really hard to do well. With any medium that's interactive, I suppose. I don't know much about how choice impacts things in The Witcher either, come to think of it. I need to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm developing a taste for European RPGs and Eurojank, I think much like everybody else. Kind of waking up to how good they are. There's a Netflix series? I'm gonna be honest, I don't even have Netflix. I think I mean, I like people taking care of their families and making money, and that results in businesses, and to the extent that the people who devised the great idea of monetizing streaming video, thing that I'm doing at this very moment, Godspeed to them. I hope they're well. But that's not to say that I don't think it actively devalues a lot of the stuff that they're attempting to produce. I'm sorry to hear that it was a sad state of affairs. I loved Cowboy Bebop, the anime loved. I still love it, and I heard they made a Netflix one-shot series, and I will continue to hear it and not see it because I'm not interested. You almost can't get back. You can't unsee that kind of thing. It's not that it makes it canon in my head, it's that somebody with the rights to that stuff let somebody else, as an order of business, because they had enough money, fuck it. Straight fuck it out in the open for everyone to see. That's disrespectful. I don't like that. And I feel like, to a certain extent, you gotta vote with your attention share in your wallet and not take part. Which is to say, spiritually, I agree with you. I think it's very responsible to practically refuse to talk about it. It's better to let it die a quiet death. I think they did the same thing with Halo. Maybe not Netflix specifically, but yet another attempt at making non-interactive forms of what recently branched out into a video game, and it's just not going well. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? You would rather they just fuck it from the beginning. You would rather they just take The Witcher and say, we paid, I don't know, $1,000 million to fuck this out in the open for everyone to see. But they don't. What they do is tell you with a straight face that they're gonna do right by it, that they're gonna make a good property. And you know what? For something like that, it sounds like for season 1 they did. And it was good. And you think they are gonna do right by this property and blossom this into a beautiful exploration of these concepts I've grown to enjoy, and then they fuck it on season 2. That's even worse, right? I think what hurts me about this, that manner of treatment of art that you just described, is that it juxtaposes against and I have to say in American terms because it's a legal concept, but copyright, right? Every country has a copyright system. Ours is particularly egregious because it's a corporatocracy. So essentially the companies set the laws because they have the money and that gets things moving. And the laws they set for copyright are such that you really can't touch these properties of theirs for going on 100 years. So they're allowed to take these things that admittedly they created and push the public domain interval out farther and farther and farther and continue to fuck these things out in the open, and we can do nothing about it. I mean, we can, but we might get fined or taken to jail. You know, it's disgraceful what Nintendo has been doing with some of these properties, I think. It's a different kind of disgraceful than what Netflix is doing when they screw up seasons, but yeah, I'm right there with you. It's sad. And as consumers, there's really so little we can do about it. It's kind of amazing that Bethesda lets us get away with the kind of shit they do with with their stuff. I think that's in no small part why people love Tamriel so much. They're allowed to take active ownership of it in ways that other properties fight them on. I hear that's true for Warhammer too. That Warhammer has a relatively permissive licensing structure. But don't hold me to that. I don't know jack shit about Warhammer, but I would like to. That seems like another property that knows how to, quote, do it right. I've watched every season bar the new one and will not even acknowledge that it exists along with the other one. That's the way to do it. You just gotta let it die, you know? I mean, I don't want to say, oh, if you got a platform, you know, figuratively speaking or even literally, and you put a bad person on there, you bear some responsibility for spreading that bad message. I'd like to think that everyone is mature enough to just not be influenced by things that they see. But on the other hand, I also do think you should just not platform some stuff and let it die. Or there.
Please, don't bother me. This warding spell is quite complex, and if I don't finish it soon, there'll be nothing to stop the impending invasion.
What invasion?
You see the Spriggans and Lurchers everywhere? They feel it. The coming invasion. Daedra. I am the last priest of the Wooded Eye. We were charged with protecting this grove, but the wards have failed. We have failed.
I believe that. I went through some shit to get here, my guy.
Intruders. Greedy for power. Broke the wards and attacked my fellow priests. I can't defend against the coming Daedric invasion alone.
No.
I need your help restoring the wardstones while I complete the warding spell.
Okay.
Or Daedra will overrun this place.
MacGuffins, you say? Presumably there's got to be, what, 3 of them?
They're on the high ground surrounding the grove. 3 of them.
Every fucking time, dude! Come on! Cinemax! What are you doing? It's like when it's like when you tell someone random number 1 through 10, go. Everybody picks 7. Let me tell you a funny story about the number 3. Not a funny story, an interesting story. I'm a fucking weirdo, if you haven't noticed. And I like geopolitics. And so in my downtime, I would listen to professors from the European School of Transnational Governance give lectures. I've even emailed a couple of them that wrote books on the Eastern European Union's curious, challenging relationship with the Russian Federation. And there was a guy that I watched quite frequently named Alexander Stobe, I believe is how he pronounced his name. And he was either a professor emeritus or a leading professor at that school. He had a little YouTube series that he did for a while as well. And he had great, excellent stuff on geopolitics. And then one day he stopped uploading. The thing about this guy was that he consistently did topics in the number 3. He would do intro, body, conclusion, and each of the points themselves would have 3 sub-points. Like 3 was the way that he drilled a concept into his students. And it got to the point where it was a shtick. And he would have like a... I want to say, don't let me be wrong here. He's Finnish, right? How stupid am I? Let me see. Yeah, Finnish. God, I'm about to make a fool of myself. But anyway, he would have this sly Finnish understated smile when he would use the number 3. Then he stopped uploading. I didn't see him anymore, and I thought, well, he's a professor. He's got more important things to be doing than teaching dumbass idiots on YouTube. And what do I see? But 2 years later. Some economic conference, And I'm a dumbass American. I don't know who the fuck the Finnish president is. And it was Alexander Stubb that won the presidency. And that motherfucker is he the president or the prime minister? He is president. It's the president of Finland. Took office in 2024. And I don't know. Very cool. Not often I see somebody drill threes into me as a topic of delivering points and then become a president.
The wardstones surround the grove. They are powered by magicka.
Who are you?
I'm a priest of the Wooded Eye. The last priest, from the look of things. Can't say I'm happy about it.
I know how this grove got here. It's trees. They grow.
Get here? It's always been here.
Of course, yeah.
How to explain?
You don't need to explain it. What do the wards do?
They'll make this grove once again invisible to all except those who know where to look, or who are woven into the warding.
Interesting. These intruders that you mentioned?
Oof, them. Well, one of them looked like he'd seen livelier days. The other just looked shifty. Both Altmer, I think.
Goodbye. Let's see here. From everything I gather, Alex Stubb seems to be an incredible president. What little I know about his governance, I can tell you my administration in this nation is defies description. Challenging would be an understatement. But they're not irrational actors. You just have to deal with them a very particular way. And incredibly, I noticed immediately that Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, Stubb, could deal with my president in ways I'd never seen another politician do. Absolute masterwork in dealing with this guy. It was incredible. And what was wild was watching the press conferences that he would give, Alex, and remembering all those YouTube videos of his lectures that I'd watched, and it's the same guy. So I could see, like, of course you're going to be good at at the literal politicking machinery necessary to do a job like be the president of an Eastern European country at a time like this. That's not easy, and you're getting pulled in all directions, and he's just boom, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, baby, 1 2 3, just knocking them out of the park, making deals, setting up defense arrangements and security postures, making deals with NATO. Unbelievable. Incredible. Jealous of that president. Occasionally, y'all gotta keep me in line because my mind will wander and I will start talking and I will completely forget that I'm playing a game. Oh, I need my violence bow. Violence bow. There we go. ESO recommendation. I know you said you wanted the DLC naturally. Get an orc and play through Hrothgar. Peak experience. So they really do flesh out Orsimer stuff. I wasn't certain. I was really worried that Orsinium was just going to be a big ass place. Presumably that's where Orsinium is, right? Hrothgar? I was worried it's just going to be a big ass trading town with like not a lot of juice. Although to be frank, there's never not been juice in anything I've done in ESO. So that would have been a foolish assumption on my part. Orsinium. Damn, that does sound fucking sick. I might do that. I don't think I have any crowns. I need to buy some and just have them loaded up. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. That's how they get you. Look at that. Oh, we'll give you Orsinium for 3,000 crowns, or how about 4,000 for Orsinium, presumably. Yeah. Oh, that's... Damn, dude. That's a good deal. That's a good deal, Zenimax. Damn! I don't know, man. I'm kind of there with you. If you're going to go to the extent of getting Orsinium, especially as a purchasable DLC, you owe it to yourself to go through it as an orc. Yeah, I'd almost feel rude not doing that. You know? Like, I would feel embarrassed on an epic explosive mount or doing PvP near the city center way shrine. I think that's a dick move. Personally. And I think that's the same thing as going to Orsinium and then like being a wood elf. It's just an asshole move. What are you doing? The fuck do you think you are? You don't belong here. I'm gonna have to get this today. Yeah. Your talent for homicide has been noted. And the Dark Brotherhood, Thieves Guild, well, I already have Imperial City. Oh, that's how they get you. So it's really, that's still a good deal though. But the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood have their own quest line, if I'm not mistaken. Please, I encourage any and all corrections to my idiocy. Although, to be frank, the idiocy is not my fault. ZeniMax designs their DLC acquisition system like intentional garbage, I have to assume. I will quote that back to you when you played through Rothgar. The whole Bosmer thing you said? Being an asshole? Yeah. Are they gonna make fun of me if I did or something like that? Hold my feet to the fire, for sure. Let me activate this bad boy. One thing I like about fantasy is being able to make completely ungrounded, firm statements and then being made a fool of with no stakes. It's so good. No, why is there a Bosmer there, I mean? I will quote that back to you when you played through Rothgar. Why is there a Bosmer there? Interesting. I don't quite follow, but I assume it's because there's some interesting story stuff there that's related to it. Or maybe I would have made a big decision by not, or a big mistake by not doing it. Not sure. But you gotta be interested now. For anything to be worth quoting back to somebody means it's significant. I very much trust your tastes on these kinds of things. At this point, you've very well established that you know what you're talking about, and you have a good eye for sticking your wet finger into the wind, and will not say anything until you get there. Interesting. Okay. So I'd ask you this: in addition to the Elder Scrolls, both online and other titles, what other games do you think I should play if I plan to stream them? Because I play games, but I've never really played them while others watched, and it's somewhat qualitatively different. If it's kind of it feels like a different practice to me. But I also don't feel that I have very good taste, to be frank. I'm not sure I would be very good at picking things I think other people would find interesting. But people seem to find this fun, so I like to give them something they'd enjoy too. Up here. The Witcher seems to be on the short list, personally. You've sold that well and good to me. Just by speaking of it in the same intensity of breaths as Tamriel. Let me see. Okay. Baldur's Gate 3. I've actually never made it past the first 10 hours or so. I've hardly gotten out of the Druid area. So yeah, it would be a totally fresh experience. The fervor of Baldur's Gate 3 was so intense when it came out that I just think I shied away from it in fear. Oh, what the fuck? Are we doing Hermaeus Mora stuff here? What is this? What are you doing? Okay, hold on. We got that. Is this the violent bow? It's the violent bow. Yeah, too fast for you. Nope, that's them Bosmer feet. Don't think so. I'm gonna take your shirt. Give me that dress. Hold on. We're gonna dress dominate. Oh, he's gone. I was gonna wear his clothes in front of him and throw up on him, but it can't anymore. I streamed Baldur's Gate 3. It was a very enjoyable experience. I bet that would be fun to have, you know, at the very least, 1 or 2 people that were there that could give you active feedback and suggestions. That's a good idea. I'm gonna pencil that down. So you've streamed before? Did you use YouTube or Twitch? Have you done it for a long time or a short time? Any information you'd want to share on your experiences or what you liked about it would be helpful. Because I still feel like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Too close. They nearly had us that time.
Yeah.
The wards will keep the Daedra bound for now, but I'm still not sure how they managed to break them. We need to investigate Ilmyris.
I will say, if you ever want to use Linux, let me know. I got you. Ilmyris.
Yes. Perhaps I wasn't exactly forthright. This grove exists to conceal the Cradle of Ilmyris, a library of secret knowledge. The Wooded Eye are its guardians. We serve the Woodland Man. You might know him as Hermamora.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of him before.
Yes, a Daedric prince. But the only reason the Daedra are bound here is to keep this place hidden. Ordinarily, they pose no threat. They broke their bonds when the intruders destroyed the wards, and now they threaten all of Greenshade.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. How do we rebind them?
I do not know the mechanism myself. But Saramir, the caretaker of the Vault of Memories inside the Cradle of Ilmyris, he'd know. If he's still alive.
You serve a Daedric prince?
Yeah, well, this crisis transcends religious differences, don't you think? I want to secure the Grove. You don't want Greenshade to be destroyed. Binding the Daedra is good for both of us.
How is it? What's that going to do for the trees here?
The spirits of Daedra supply magicka to the wards. It's all very complicated. The important thing is that you find Saramir and learn how to bind the Daedra permanently.
He said, I don't fucking know, man. Just go do the MacGuffin. Okay, you're right. Hermaeus Mora is so cool. I don't have nearly as much exposure to him. To Hermaeus Mora as I would like. But I've done a couple of Infinite Archive runs, which felt just like a gratuitous challenge. I mean, it's in the name, but they really flavored it up. I'm hoping I get more exposure to him through other properties or spending more time in Infinite Archive. Used YouTube, streamed with OBS, pretty easy. I streamed around a year though. Yeah, it's a weird, like, I'm a child of the internet, as in, you know, got cable when it was pretty early, when I was very, very young, and had dial-up, but like, not really. It was mostly high bandwidth. And so I spent a lot of time in front of a desktop screen using different window managers and OSs and playing around and all this. And then a couple of years ago, people just started streaming. And from afar, it looked like, what am I trying to say? When I would watch people stream on Twitch, it looked as if these were people who were doing something other than sitting at a desktop PC. If that makes any sense. These were people that were going to work, quote unquote, in front of a light setup, and they had all these overlays and monthly fees. They paid for Streamlabs and all this shit. And I didn't realize until a couple of years ago, once I started learning more about editing and video encoders and bit rates and all this stuff, that, oh, I can just send a live feed of this, either monitor or application or what have you, to a server and let people watch. And that meant that all the stuff I've been doing for years, I could just share with people. I didn't have to do anything any different. It was just pressing a button. The talking is the weirdest thing. But I guess you get used to it pretty quickly. There's sometimes when I'll have chat minimized and I just will just yell at NPCs and there'll be people trying to talk to me. I won't even hear them. There needs to be a term for that, like a window stream or something, where I can intentionally say like, hey, you're welcome to watch, but it's gonna be a window into what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be responding. Like different flavors. You think they're gonna nerf the Arcanist eventually? They have to, right? Maybe they already did, because it was just fucking green laser beams, like people point lights at at enemy combatants. Just beams everywhere. Usually, I would imagine that implies poor game design, or at least overweighted. You know, gonna nerf it. Is it just the beam that's out of control? It definitely feels like it's just the beam.
Come closer.
What? It's not you, is it? Where's my violence bow? There we go. I don't think so. Oh my Jesus Christ, bro! Tab button. No, one hand. Drink tea. Come on. One hand. There we go. They said they want to work on the classes because pure class builds suck compared to subclass. Do they really? Oh no. I'm sure you've heard about me earlier, but I don't pay much attention to the meta at all, and that doesn't mean that the health of it doesn't affect me, and that kind of sucks to hear. They release subclassing, and then it immediately trashes all the standard builds. That sucks. I don't know how you could have avoided that, though. I don't know what they were thinking. You can't just, like, let people mix classes that have been that way for years and expect it to be anything other than strictly better. I mean, I guess mathematically that's not true, but the probability of that being the case is so low. I did see that they did that, that class image that they released where they were like restating what they wanted every class to do, which was a nice design document of intent, but it was really lackluster on actual data. They don't really seem to be upfront about data at all that I've seen, so I never know when to take them seriously. Oh, bitch! You're the kind of person I want playing these games with me and my friends when we're playing. Just in general, like being in this world, is people for whom the idea of subclassing is a non-starter because it affects the identity of their character. Those are the people I want in these virtual spaces. Y'all are the ones that know how to make this place an enjoyable place to be. Because yeah, it seems like so many people run around just blasting things based on the output. And it, I don't know. It's so joyless. Like heroin. Opioids, I guess. There's a lot of joy to be had in narcotics, but it's a hollow joyness. It's a tuning fork. There's not a lot of orchestral backing behind it. Don't think so. I really didn't get that. I didn't understand having an identity to your character until lately. And I'm realizing now that to most people that sounds absolutely insane, but it's completely true. I care more about my immersion in soft roleplay than having a meta. As long as I have a build that can handle trials and dungeons, that's awesome. I mean, I grew up playing Fallout, well, I say grew up playing. I played Fallout 3, New Vegas when I was younger. Loved them. They were great. I love the engine. Creation is still one of my favorite game engines ever made. People hate it because it's crufty. I love it because it's crufty. I think it's amazing what they've done with it. But I didn't get it then. I didn't understand the roleplay. I didn't understand the character. I was a walking stat stick who liked to reverse pickpocket grenades because going boom is funny. And I watched somebody play, I think it was Skyrim, when they were staying with me for a while. And he invited me to watch him play a little bit. And he was very particular about how he played the game. He was not going to different points of interest. He was stopping to think about what this person he'd built would do in that situation. Not what he would do, what this person would do. And I kid you not, such a thing had never crossed my mind. It never occurred to me to do anything that someone else would have done not me. And it completely opened my mind to how to approach these games. We talked about this the other day. I now suspect that, very generally speaking, I grew up with games. I grew out of them. I stopped playing. I stopped pretending. I didn't... There was a point at which the play that I did as a child, as a toddler, as a baby, what have you, went from imaginary, pretend, open-ended play to structured play. You play within these numbers. You play within these rules. This ball has to go in this court, in this hoop, and you do it this many times from this distance, and it gives you X points. And I like mathematics a lot. So that came natural to me, and I never looked back. And I looked at that friend I was talking with, and that never happened to him. He never lost his ability to play like that. And then when I saw him playing that way, I lost the ability to recognize that I used to do that. I had gone so far playing with numbers that I forgot what open-ended psychological play looked like. And to rediscover that as an adult is an incredible feeling. It's great. I think that's why it makes me sad seeing people do meta. Not because it's intrinsically bad, or that I think they're bad, but because I'm undergoing an, oh my god, that's not nearly as fun as I thought moment. And I lament the idea that somebody might not know that either. Hubris, I know. But the heart wants what it wants. So to speak. I don't think so. I slip out from time to time. The arrows get to fly and I get juiced up. I don't really think. But I'm learning to slow down when I talk to these NPCs. Talk back to them. Establish who I am. Because I find that it comes a lot more naturally when you do. Oh my god. Get off my dick, bro. So much for quintuple debuff stacks. Big spooky. What is that? Y-axis symmetry? Yeah. Your body's about to be isomorphic to your dead fucking friend in there. Maybe it's just me. I could be completely wrong, but I don't really watch a lot of streamers. And the only ones that seem to get popular, really, really popular, are the ones that I've looked at. And most of them seem to be idiots. They're just really just not smart people. And I unfairly assumed that the entire culture of streaming was dictated by that. Twitch doesn't help that either. They kind of lean into it a little too much to give you reason to believe anything else. But now that I'm streaming and I've talked to you that have streamed, I wonder if I'm just dumb, willfully ignorant, and there's a lot of people like you and me out there that stream that have the quality and care of material that they're working with like this, and they just don't get the visibility due to whatever retention algorithms these companies use. Yeah, come on, dude. I'll be on North America all the time, and I guess I actually don't know how servers work, in that I don't know if I can have different like cross character and cross account server choices is what I mean. But barring that, yeah, you're more than welcome anytime. And I've actually been thinking about starting an account or a character on the EU as well, just because it seems like most people that watch this are in the European Union. No idea why that is, but more than happy to spend time with my European brothers and sisters, all enjoying something we love together. No better way to do it. I've got plenty of friends here that'll come right along too, that are the exact same type of people. Saramir, you look fucked up, buddy. Are you okay?
So many names, so many faces. Such terrible understanding.
I don't want to be mage racist, but it's always the mages that do this shit.
You. I remember you. At least I think I do. Perhaps I just imagined it. That's all imagination is, you know. Memories of things that never happened.
Oh boy. You would happen to be Saramir, would you?
I am Gordhauer the Shaper, the Fire King Hadul, Haramir of Copper and Tea, the Flower King Nilichi, Umaril the Unfeathered, or I am just Saramir. It's becoming hard to know.
You're not doing a good job of convincing me to do anything other than just leave you here. Long shot. You're not psychologically capable of Daedra binding?
I could tell you, but I've forgotten how. Or perhaps I never knew. Listen, the woodland man calls you, in the pool. It's best if you do not look directly. It looks back, you know.
Okay. That's not good. The woodland man calls me in the pool. It's best if you don't look directly. I will say the EU server seems better from what I've seen, though I can't guarantee that. I would not be surprised, frankly. Just pulling that out of my ass, I would not be surprised. To answer your question, think of the different servers as new accounts. The only things that carry over are your crowns and stuff you bought as the DLC outside the crown store. Okay. And I guess you probably use the same login, but it just treats them like completely different servers, literally and physically, different accounts, different, basically everything but the crowns and purchases. That wouldn't be bad at all. In which case, yeah, I'll definitely make an EU account probably after this stream, get it set up. I might make a little community post. I think I can put it on YouTube and put my info there. And there we go. Oh God!
Am Hermaeus Mora, the riddle unsolvable, the door unopenable, the book unreadable, the question unanswerable. I wonder if you understand why you are here.
Hermaeus Mora, I'm here because I really, really hate Auridon.
You will bind the Daedra, but you do not yet know what tendril of fate and fortune brought you into my grove, into this ruined reflection of my library.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
In due time. As to the Daedra, their magic powers the wards that protect my library. But binding them here is no small task. It requires a foundation of souls, each of different blood, from my servants in Tamriel.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Hermaeus Mora, let me guess. Infinite knowledge, unconquerable depths of probabilities and wisdom. You have 3 souls.
The intruders who broke the
God fucking knew it!
unwittingly loosed the bindings here below. 4 of the souls broke free. In the confusion, they wander these halls seeking escape. Subdue them to restore the seal. I will reward your faithful service.
What did you do to Saramir?
Alien crystals impart memories directly to the reader. Overuse leads to a problem of capacity for most mortals.
Huh. Well, I'm not your servant, guy.
Willing or unwilling, all who strive to grow in skill and scope are my servants.
Okay. So you're, I mean, I guess most Daedra are above all, especially the Mortals. Be right back. Yeah, take your time. No worries. Saramir.
The woodland man is not wood, or land, or a man.
I've gathered. Okay, the triple MacGuffin. Every time. They really need to, like, write the number 3 into the lore of Tamriel as being significant, because that's how many MacGuffins you always have to go get. Okay, there's a violence bow. Damn, whatever's in here is scaring people and ghosts. That's not good. You alright? You good?
You won't hurt me, will you?
No. I mean, not unless you start it. Ma'am?
Curfew.
Whoa! Shit! What is that? What the fuck? Don't think so. Don't think so. No, ma'am. Unacceptable. Volume 4? Oh, shit! My apologies, Song of Pelennor. You motherfucker. Ooh. Oh. Okay, we got... Oh. Got her over there. Hold on, my guy, I'm coming. Okay, we got... Yeah. Well, No, sir. The bones of every beast have stories to tell. They have memories of stalking through the vines, of flying through the canopy, of hunting and killing and eating. When we shape the bone into arrows, we prepare a death story, and the bone we choose has great meaning. Some laugh at this or roll their eyes, calling any arrow just an arrow, but the Bosmer know bones tell the best tales. Bones from birds of prey rarely miss, and those of great lizards and snakes are quick and sharp. Arrows made from prey creatures are fleet, those from hunters bite deep into their marks. Cheerful arrows for warning shots are best made from monkeys. The more dangerous the beast, the more deadly the result. Oh god, hold on. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm reading these books. Oh, she's still over there. That's right. Oh, it's the fraud. This is the guy that everyone says is a liar. Hold on. What is he? What is this? The history of Daedra worship by the elves, once known as the Chimer, provides a valuable object lesson. Dangers of traffic with the so-called Lords of Oblivion. Oh, I see. I'll bet he's not crazy, right? And the elves think this is slanderous. That's what I suspect. To show how seductive this temptation can be, reflect upon the early Aldmer of Somerset. Though in their arrogance they considered themselves the lineal descendants of the Daedra, nonetheless the first large-scale religious sect espousing Daedra worship was born in the heart of Somerset itself. Huh. Altmer supremacy, huh? I wonder how y'all pulled that off. There, in the so-called rainbow shadow of the Crystal Tower, the so-called Prophet Veloth, whose works I've also read, communed with the Daedric prince Boethia and agreed to accept her gifts. He inscribed the Velothi prophecies, which expounded the doctrine of worship of the good Daedra, Boethia, Azura, Befala, along with ways to propitiate and negotiate with the bad Daedra, Molag Bal, Malakath, Sheogorath, and Mehrunes Dagon. To the more foolish of the Somerset Aldmeri, the arts and skills the good Daedra offered to teach them seemed more useful than the maxims and platitudes of the priests of the Aedra, and a number of elven clans accepted Veloth as their prophet and guide. When the Sapiarchs of Alinor rightfully prohibited this schism, Veloth led the clans loyal to him out of the Isles and across the seas to the far side of Tamriel, where they colonized the domain now known as Morrowind. The followers of Saint Veloth became known as the Chimer were willing to trade the paradise of Somerset for the purgatory of Ash and Morrowind, all in return for the illusory gifts of the Daedra. No wonder people on Somerset don't like this guy. Fascinating. Even as the beginning student of history knows, this large-scale Chimer-built temples and later co-opted by the tribunal. Oh. I want to send this book to a friend real quick. Give me a... No! Give me a second to screenshot this. That? Nope. Yep. Bam. Bam. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Oh shit. Oh shit. What? Move. Move. I was reading. The books are on a timer. Okay. You son of a bitch. One moment. Okay. That's awesome. This is what I've been looking for right here. Okay, you're gonna die, bitch. Oh, are you a woman? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. My apologies. I'm still gonna kill you though. I saw pauldrons, I assumed like male war mage. Incredibly disrespectful. I'm very sorry. Please accept my apologies and die. Oh! Nope. Why is this going? Okay. Violence bow? Yeah. Pretty blind for a watcher, my friend. Ooh. Oh! Oh, there we go. Rest easy. Oh. That's Saramir down there. Well, that sounds bad. Oh, nice try, my guy. Undeniable Truths of Attire by Elinime by Elinime the Impeccable. Students of the magical arts in our chaotic contemporary environs must resist succumbing to the degradation of respect for tradition which threatens the future of magical study across Tamriel. This disregard for ritual I have seen, and the reduction of complexities inherent in the study of crass, adequate categorizations be tolerated. Tire considerations and not any filthy rags. It's just a mage guild dress code. Yeah, it's just the mages guild dress code. Okay, there we go. Right that. Losers must return the following year. She's still... Oh, I'm not gonna call you a bitch. You might be a woman, but I'm gonna kill you. Oh yeah, you are. That was a close one. Oh. Come here. Nope. Oh. Oh, right across my face. Oh. 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 Too fast for you. Ooh. welcome back. I notice sometimes I get these scry opportunities. I really suspect they, wait. They started giving out scry leads and design blueprints and things more easily. It definitely feels different than it used to. The Wood Elves are by nature secret. Every generation a somewhat nebulous concept in itself. There appears to be no set length of time. A young woman is chosen from among all the Wood Elves to give up her own identity and become the Green Lady. The Green Lady is terrifying. Represents, as I understand it, the ferocity, the strength, and the pure physicality of the Bosmer. Does this mean she is their war leader or chieftain? Not exactly. Certainly, much of the Green Lady's strength can be turned toward battle, but she's more a manifestation of the physical prowess and even health of her people. I would call her a demigod if I did not think it might offend the true gods as well as the Wood Elves themselves, but it might be an apt description. That reminds me of, what? The Vestigial Virgin? The Vestigial Virgins in the temple on... Is it the Palatine Hill? Capitoline Hill? Yeah, I think it was Capitoline Hill in Rome. Vestigial Virgins. Am I mistaken? Priestesses of Vesta. Yeah, they had a temple in the Capitoline Hill area near the Roman Senate. And if I remember correctly, they were tasked with keeping the sacred hearth of flame at that temple burning at all times. And they had to be on duty because the temple and the hearth were a representation of the deification of some of Roman mythos. It was a physical embodiment of it, which meant that if that shit went out, I think they killed some of them. Or some other terrible shit and replaced them. And I don't know how they chose them, but it was either a lottery or they would pick the most beautiful women as many top-down managed societies are wont to do. Really interesting stuff, though. I find that a very fascinating piece of human mythology, is the anthropomorphization of deified ideas and representing them with humans. I think modern people do that still with like beauty pageants and stuff. I feel like that's sort of celebrity worship, maybe. It's sort of the same thing. We look at them as personifications of our ideals. Whoa, bro! What the fuck? I didn't know that's what the Green Lady was, though. I'd even seen her at Canarthy's Roost on this character. I didn't realize that context. Yeah, I'll make an EU account. So it's Tuesday? Yeah, definitely in the next couple days. I'm going to be live streaming probably throughout the end of this week because I got a bunch of time to do so. And I will make an EU account and I'll either make like a community post, or if I have another video upload or whatever, I'll just make sure at the very beginning of it to just make a note or show it. Definitely. It sounds like there's a lot more like-minded of the players that play the way I do over there. Probably a more efficient movement, to be honest. Are you ready, my guy?
The woodland man is not wood.
Nope, worthless. You want me to do it? Okay. Hermes Mora. You... Elder Scrolls Online. Come on. Oh. There we go.
3 servants reunited to their master. Only 1 remains.
Where is the 4th soul?
A conundrum. The Bosma soul escaped Ilmyrus. We require a replacement. Saromir, my caretaker, satisfies all requirements. Kill him and bring his soul to me.
I want to just say goodbye to signal how eager I am to kill this guy, but then it won't start the quest chain. So, and if I refuse?
1 will die.
Okay.
A considered choice.
Yeah. Hey, Saramir. I got bad news, buddy. I got bad news.
What does my lord command? Truly? I thought I dreamed my master offered me a place in his realm, in Apocrypha, when my service was done. But that may have been the caretaker before me.
Saramir, have you ever heard of a phrase? It goes like this. The mark of a good man is to plant a tree under whose shade he will not sit. Saramir, I need your soul.
You mean I must go to the shrine?
Yeah.
How can I resist my master or question his wisdom?
You can't.
No. No, I can't. I'm too afraid. Forgive me, Woodland Man, but I can't stay here.
This will be quick. What? What? Holy shit. Why'd you run to the door if you can do that?
Escape his fate.
I need to turn you into books, Saramir. I need you to be a quest item for somebody next month. What are you doing? You were already out of it anyway. There was no hope for you. All human life is valued equally if and only if you are still behaving like a human. Now you're just knowledge. We're gonna absorb it. Wow, you're a bastard, huh? Whoa, ESO, hold on. There we go. A Bosmer soul with the Punisher logo. You okay?
Hurry now.
You okay?
Hurry now.
No? Okay. Okay, well, you hang out. I'll be back. So glad to not be an Auridon anymore. These are my people. Those high elves think they know everything. They think I don't know that the reason they came to Tamriel is, wait. Wait, what is... I saved that book. What did it say? Where is it? To show how seductive this temptation can be, reflect upon the early Aldmer of Somerset. Though in their arrogance they considered themselves the lineal descendants of the Aedra, nonetheless the first large-scale religious sect espousing Daedra worship was born in the heart of Somerset itself. There, in the rainbow shadow of the Crystal Tower, the so-called Prophet Veloth communed with the Daedric prince Boethia and agreed to accept her gifts, and he inscribed the Velothi prophecies which expounded the doctrine of Daedra worship of good Daedra, Boethia, Azura, and Mephala, along with the ways to propitiate and negotiate with the bad. So yeah, what about that Aldmeri supremacy? Sounds like somebody played a little bit of fiddle with the devil. Sounds like you played it pretty good from the sound of it, honestly.
My memory is as unerring as my word. In the crystal behind you rests knowledge you did not know you sought. Others have killed for such wisdom.
Hit me with that Robert McNamara. The thing you don't know that you don't know. Known unknowns. Known knowns and unknown unknowns. This one.
Not another memory! My mind is full!
Are you sure we're not wasting our time? How many people has this crystal killed now?
Patience. Rest assured, Elmyrus contains the knowledge that Naaman's shade will
That
need.
book?
No. The roots.
That book is so good. It's what fascinates me about it. It's called
Such pulsing. Oh. Pulsing.
Daedra Worship, the Chimer, and it's written by Phrastus of Elendhir. And I've been seeing Phrastus of Elendhir in other books being referenced as a fraud. Nobody believes him, but now I think it's just the Altmer not wanting to be accurately slandered. I didn't realize that the book also explains that a lot of the tribunal's architecture was leftover Daedric worship facilities, which is fascinating. That shit is so fucking cool, dude. Fuck. Awesome. Hermes Moro, you have easily the worst Daedric shrines of any Daedra. Look at this. This is what self-respecting god of infinite knowledge could make something so poorly interactable? Come on, man. Yep, wait. Nope. You're playing with me, aren't you? Oh, there it is. That was goofy.
What else? Power. They called it one by one. Naaman and Paladil exposed my servants to the crystals until their mortal minds cracked and groaned under the strain.
What were they looking for?
What else? Power. They called it the heart of Valenwood. But no matter what it's called, it means the same thing.
What is the heart of Valenwood?
You have not yet earned that knowledge, which Naaman and Paladil took by force.
Huh.
They went to Hectorheim. Where you go is your choice, but I will be watching.
The Shadow Dancer's Raiment. Magica, a bit of spell damage and weapon damage. After leaving sneak or invisibility, you dodge all attacks for 1 second. Probably not appropriate for this character given her weapon build out, but man. I need to make a Nightblade too. There's so many good characters to make. I don't know. This game is janky. And it's not it's not fun janky most of the time. It's just busted janky. But that's okay. There's also the fact that need I constantly say out loud, because I can't help myself. I use Linux, and I always have to defer to the fact that I'm not running the software on the intended platform. So it always could just be my fault, so to speak. I'm just not doing it the way it was intended. I also heard it looks a little different for whatever reason. I think the Proton renderer, I use VKD3D, might be DXVK, I don't know, but it's a different one than the native Windows 11 renderer. So the colors can be a little strange. The glow effects and shaders are a little off. Not bad. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. What are we looking at? About 3 hours? Yeah, that seems as good a time as any. Saj02. I'll definitely be off and on over the next few days. If you're still here and you want to glance, here is my where is it? Login information, or my account information. So you can feel free to send a friend request, reach out to me. I'll go ahead and get an account started on the EU server in the next day or two. And then if you've got a guild or whatever, I'll join up to it or we'll make one. I'll try to grab some friends along too that play the same way that I do, kind of tiptoeing and taking our time and soaking in the surroundings, lore appropriate, reading the books and all that stuff. Because they like to play that way too. And there's not enough of them on the NA server. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me. It was a blast. I might do it again later today. I'm not sure. But regardless, I'll see you all again in the future. Thank you very much for watching.